In this world, nature doesn't always play by the rules. Beyond the clouds and past the stars, the fabric of reality has begun to change, and the things stepping through the cracks defy everything we know about life. These are the Ultra Beasts. They aren't just visitors, they are biological anomalies from a world of extremes. Deep within the shimmering haze of ultraspace, life takes on forms that ignore the laws of evolution. Take the Nihilego, a creature of glass and venom that drifts like a phantom. It possesses no heart and no mind, only a parasitic urge to fuse with the living, a silent dancer in a glowing void. Where there is grace, there is also raw, overwhelming power. In the arid wastes, the Buzzwole stands as a monument to muscle, pulsing with a restless, rhythmic energy. This towering bipedal anomaly does not hunt for territory. It hunts strictly for vital fluids. With a single, explosive lunge, it pins down prey much larger than itself, draining them in seconds to fuel its constantly expanding, violently pulsing frame. It is countered by the Pheromosa, a predator of such singular elegance that it moves faster than the human eye can track. A blur of white silk and lethal intent. It simply refuses to touch the impure soil of our world, sprinting across the landscape with an arrogant, untouchable grace. Instead of physical strikes, it secretes a concentrated pheromone that instantly pacifies hostile creatures, dropping them to the ground in a state of euphoric awe. Even the most violent terrestrial beasts are left completely paralyzed, their primal hunting instincts permanently overridden by forced biological submission. But not all ultra beasts mimic the fauna we recognize. Some blur the line between organism and infrastructure. Towering like a jagged monument of exposed copper and bundled wiring, the Xurkitree sustains itself entirely on raw voltage. Lacking a mouth, it violently plunges its root-like appendages into the earth or directly into urban power grids. It drains millions of volts in seconds, feeding the blinding, unstable currents that constantly spark across its twitching, cable-like frame. Equally massive, yet utterly silent, is the Celesteela. Standing as a colossal botanical spacecraft, it roots itself into mineral-rich soil to absorb combustible gases from deep within the planet's crust. When this metallic leviathan needs to migrate, it ignites its massive bamboo-like arms, propelling itself into the stratosphere on pillars of roaring, superheated exhaust that completely incinerate the surrounding canopy. The sheer concussive force of its liftoff leaves behind a miles-wide crater of glass and ash, wiping an entire localized ecosystem off the map in seconds. In stark contrast to this overwhelming size is the terrifying precision of the Kartana. Weighing practically nothing, this biological origami floats effortlessly on the gentlest breeze. Yet every microscopic edge of its paper-thin body is sharpened to an impossible degree. It glides through the air without friction, capable of effortlessly slicing through heavy steel plates without making a single sound. Perhaps the most horrifying anomaly is the Guzzlord. It is not a predator. It is an ecological black hole. Driven by an agonizing, bottomless hunger, its colossal, spherical body consists almost entirely of a massive, unhinging maw. It blindly devours mountains, rivers, and man-made structures alike, converting thousands of tons of matter into pure energy. The true horror of Guzzlord is what it leaves behind. Where once there were thriving, noisy terrestrial ecosystems, there is now only absolute, unnatural silence. It carves perfectly smooth, miles-wide, bite-shaped craters directly out of the sides of mountains and the bedrock itself. There are no remains, no debris, and no survivors. Only a haunting, hollowed-out landscape that looks as though the Earth itself was simply deleted from existence. When these alien species clash with our world's natural order, the results are devastating. Deep in the terrestrial jungle, a curious Poipole floats playfully, its innocent demeanor masking a pressurized venom sac hidden within its skull. When a massive terrestrial predator lunges from the brush, the Poipole's giggles turn into a chilling shriek. Instantly responding to the distress call, its evolved form, the terrifying draconic wasp known as Naganadel, descends from the canopy. Moving with advanced aerodynamic precision, Naganadel flanks the massive beast, its glowing abdomen pulsing with hundreds of liters of hypercorrosive venom. In a blinding flash, it expels a high-yield, sizzling deluge from its primary stinger. The terrestrial predator is instantly overwhelmed, its natural armor melting away as the corrosive payload vaporizes the immediate ecosystem. Some anomalies hide in plain sight. The Stakataka is not a single creature, but a colonial hive mind of dozens of individual brick-like alien lifeforms. When resting, it perfectly mimics an ancient, forgotten stone ruin. But when unsuspecting prey wanders too close, the architecture violently shifts. The bricks aggressively rearrange themselves, turning the structure into a walking, multi-ton fortress that surrounds its target and crushes them beneath sheer architectural weight. Finally, there is the apex predator of pure chaos, the Blacephalon. Moving with unnatural, erratic, and theatrical motions, it actively disorients terrestrial wildlife. Its vibrant spherical head is entirely detached from its body, filled with a highly volatile, explosive alien gas. It casually tosses its own head toward an unwary target, detonating it in a blinding, concussive flash. While the prey is stunned, Blacephalon aggressively feeds on the raw, vital energy released in the blast. Once its horrific meal is finished, it simply regrows a new, brilliantly colored, explosive head from its neck, ready to start its terrifying performance all over again.